To another video. Today in this video we will create this personal portfolio website or resume website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. On this header section you can see this logo and this navigation menu with beautiful hover effect. Then we have this text and this image in the background. If I scroll, you can see there's one parallax effect here. The background image is fixed and the another section is coming over it, so it looks good. Now in the second section you can see the image of the users, and then we have the text, and then we have three tabs. In the first we can see the skills over here. Then if I click on the second tab link, which is experience, if I click here, it will display the work experience of the user, and if I click on education, it will display the education of the user. So this tab is also looking good. Then let's scroll this website again. In the next section you can see my services. Here also you can see this hover effect. If I take cursor, the background color is changing and it is moving up by some pixels. And let's scroll. Then we have the my work or portfolio section. Here you can see beautiful hover effect. When I take cursor, the background image gets zoom in, and then we have these text coming from the bottom and this external link. Then we have this button with hover effect, and then we can see the contact information like email ID, phone number, social media icons. Then download button where you can download any file. If I click here, you can see it will start downloading the attached file. Here I have attached the PDF file, so it will start downloading this one. Then we have this contact form here. At the bottom you can see this copyright message, made with love by Easy Tutorials. And in this contact form, if user will enter any data, you will receive the contact information on your Google Sheet. Let's try this one. If I come to my Google Sheet, you can see right now it is blank. We have the fields name, email and message. Let's come back to the form. Here also you can see name, email and message. Let's write anything here. If I will write Avinash, then email ID, and write any message here, just a text message. So we have added the name, email ID and message. And if I click on the submit button, you can see we will get the success message here, message sent successfully, and it will disappear after 5 seconds and the form get reset. Let's check our Google Sheet. You can see we got the information here, name, email ID and message. So this is how you can receive this contact form information on your Google Sheet. If I click here on this about, it will scroll the website to the about section. If I click on this portfolio, it will scroll the website to the portfolio section. And if I click on the contact, it will scroll the website to the contact section. Let me open this website in small screen. Here you can see this website is completely responsive for a small screen also. This is how it will look on your mobile devices. If I click on this menu icon, it will open the menu from right side. And let's click here on this cross icon. It will close this side menu. So it is very good. Now let's scroll this one. You can see we have the other sections here, which is also perfect in a small screen. So we will make this website completely responsive for a small screen. We will create this portfolio website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. If you are a beginner, you can start with this video also, but I will recommend you to at least watch my HTML and CSS beginners tutorial first, where I have explained all the HTML and CSS properties in detail. I will provide that HTML, CSS beginners tutorial link in the description. After learning the basic HTML tags and CSS properties, you can start with this video. So now let's start making this personal portfolio website step by step. Here I have created one folder, and in this folder you can see I have another folder called images, and in this one you can see some images that I will be using on the website. You can find all these images download link in the video description. So just download these images from the link given in the description and start building your own portfolio website along with this video. Now let me open this folder with my code editor, which is Visual Studio Code. You can use any code editor. Here in this left side you can see this images folder and these images. Here we have these icons to create a new file. Just click here and create a new file, or you can click here on files, select new text file, click here, and now save this file and save. Save this file in the folder that you have created. In this one, I will write the file name index.html. So this is the HTML file. Here we will add the basic HTML structures. So let's quickly add this. Here we have the HTML open and closing tag, then head. After that, body open and closing tag. In this head, we have these meta and this title. Let's create another file. Again, go to Files, New, and save this file. I will save it as style.css. And in this one, let's add star, margin 0, padding 0, then font family, and box sizing. Next, we have to connect this CSS file with the HTML file. So in this HTML file, before closing of this head tag, here we will add link rel style sheet href, and in this href write the file name of the CSS file, which is style.css. So it will connect the HTML and CSS file. Here in this title, we can write our website title. So let me add personal portfolio website easy tutorials. Here you can see we have the body tag. So for this body tag, we will add some CSS. So let's come back to the CSS. Here we will add body, and let's add the background. The background will be dark for this website. So here we are adding one color code for the dark color, and then write color. It will be white. That will be the text color. After adding this, let's come back to the folder, and in this folder, here you can see the HTML file and CSS file that we have just created using Visual Studio Code. So let me open this HTML file with any web browser. You can right click on the file and select open with your browser. I will select Google Chrome. So you can see this dark color because we have added dark background for the body. Now let me close this browser, and there is another option to open this browser. Let's come back to the Visual Studio Code, and in this Visual Studio Code, I have added one extension called Live Server. You can see in this extension list, I have Live Server installed in this Visual Studio Code. So now I can open this web page with the Live Server. Right click and select open with Live Server. So it will refresh the website automatically whenever we will add any changes in the code file and the save the code file. So you can see the same web page, but the URL has been changed. That's it. So now let's come back to the HTML file. So in this body, let's add one div, and we will add one ID for this div, which is header, like this. Now in this header, we have to add the background image. So write this header over here with the hashtag because it is an ID. So in this header, we will add the width and height. After that, we have to add the background. So here, let's add the background image URL. And in this URL, I have to add the file path of the image. So you can see the image is in the images folder and the file name is background.png. So here we will add images, which is the folder name / file name, which is background.png. Then we will add background size, and background position. After adding this, let's refresh our website again. So you can see this image in the background of this web page. Next, we have to create the navigation bar where we will add the logo and some menu. So let's come back, and in this header, first we will add another div with the class name container. So for this container, we will add some padding. After that, we will add nav tag, and in this nav, there will be one logo, so write img tag to add one image. File path of the logo, images/logo, and we will add the class name also, it is logo. After that we have to add the list of menu, so we will add ul and li for unordered list. In this li we will add a tag so that it will be a clickable link, and write the link text, it is home. Just duplicate it and change the link text. So let me add the another link text. Let's come back to the web page again. Here you can see this logo and this link in the top left corner. Now we need some space from the left side, so let's come back, and first we will add the CSS for this container. Write it here in this CSS file. So in this container we will add some padding. It will be 10 pixel from top and bottom and 10% from the left side and right side. So you can see we have some space in the left side and 10 pixel space from top. Next we will add the CSS for the nav tag, where we have added the image for the logo and these menu link. Let's come back, and here you can see we have the nav tag. So let's copy this one, write it here in this CSS file. So in this nav we will add display flex, so the image and links will be side by side. Align items will be center, and justify content, it will be space between, and flex wrap will be wrap. Now you can see this logo image in the left side and these menu links on the right side. Still we have to change the size for this logo, and then we will change the alignment for these menu links, and we will change the color. So let's come back, and here you can see we have added the class name logo. So we will add the CSS for this logo. Write it here, and here we will add the width for this logo. It will be 140 pixel. And after that we have the link text in ul, li and a. So first we will add nav, ul and li. So for this li we have to add the display. So write display inline block, so it will be horizontally aligned. List style will be none, and after that we will add margin. So we will get some space between all the links. It will be 10 pixel from top and bottom and 20 pixel from left and right side. Now you can see these links are horizontally aligned. Next we have to remove this underline, and we will add the white color. So let's come back, and here we will add the same thing, then write a. So for this a tag we will change the color, it will be white. Then remove the text decoration, it will be none, so it will remove the underline. Now we will add the font size, it will be 18 pixel. So these menu links looks good: home, about, services, portfolio and contact. Next we have to add the hover effect on these links. For that let's come back, and here we will add this one, then write double colon after. In this one we will add content, content will be empty. Then we have to add the width, width will be 100%. Then we will add the height 3 pixel and background. In this background we will add one color code. After that position will be absolute, left it will be 0 and bottom -6 pixel. And here we are adding position absolute, so in this A we will add position relative. After adding this, let's refresh the website again. Now you can see this colored line in all the menu links. So we have to hide this line and it will be visible whenever we will take cursor over any menu link. For that, let's come back, and here you can see we have added the width 100%. So we will make it 0, so it will be hidden. Now we have to enable this line whenever we will take cursor. For that, let's copy this one, write it here, then write hover and double colon after, like this, and here we will add the width 100%. So whenever width will be 100%, it will be visible. And in this after, we have to add the transition, so it will be 0.5 seconds. After adding this, again come back to the website, and here you can see if I take cursor, this colored line is coming at the bottom of each menu links. So this animated hover effect looks good. Next we have to add some text and title on this screen. So let's come back. In this HTML file, after closing of this nav tag, we will add another div with the class name header text. Now we will add one small text in p tag. Then we will add another text in h1, that will be the main title. After adding this text, let's refresh the website again. Here you can see this a small text and this large text. Now we have to change its position, and we will change the font size also. So let's come back and copy this class name header text, write it here. In this header text, we will add the CSS properties. So first we will add some space from the top. So margin top, it will be 20%. Then we will change the font size. It will be 30 pixel. Next, copy this one. Then write h1, because we have another text in h1. So here we will add the font size. It will be very large, 60 pixel, and some margin from the top, 20 pixel. So this text is very long, so we have to add one line break over here. So let's come back in this HTML file, and after this text we will add br to change the line. So it will add a line break here, and for this cabin we will add the color. So here we will add span open and closing tag. Span open tag here and close it after this text, like this. So you can see this text in 2 lines. Let's come back to the CSS and copy this one. Then write a span. And write the color, this one. So you can see this color in this text. So we have completed the header section of this personal portfolio website. Now we will create the about section. To create the about section, let's come back to the HTML file, and this header section is closing here. So here we will add another div with the ID about. Div ID about. In this one, again we will add one div with the class name container. And within this container, we have to create 2 columns. For that, we will add one div with the class name row, and in this row, we will create 2 columns. So first, we will add one div with the class name about col1, which is for the first column. So this is the first column. Let's duplicate it and write about col2. That will be the second column. So in the left column, we will add the image, and in the right column, we will add some text. So we will add one image in the first one. So here we will add one image with the img tag, images slash file name, which is user.png. That's it. And in the right side, we have to add one title. So let's add one title in h1 tag, and this will be the text about me, like this. After adding this, again refresh the website. You can see this image and this text below this image. So we have to align this side by side. This image will be in the left side and this about me text in the right side. So let's come back. Let me add one comment here, so it will be easy to read this code. Here we will add about. Come back to the CSS file. Here also we will add one comment about. So here we have to add the CSS for the about section. So let me come back to the HTML file, and here you can see we have added the ID about. So let's copy this one and paste it here with the hashtag. Let's add some padding. It will be 80 pixel from top and bottom and 0 from left and right. Then we will add the color. Here we will add different color for the text. So you can see some space above this image and below this text, and the text color is also changed. Let's come back, and here we have the class name called row. Write this class name here, dot row, and here we will add display. Display will be flex, so we will get the contents side by side. Justify content, a space between, and flex wrap. So you can see this image left side and this text in the right side. Now we have to decide the width for the first column and the second column. So let's come back, and here you can see we have the class name for the column, about col 1 and about col 2. Write this class name in the CSS file. So for the first column we will add flex basis 35%. It means the width of the column will be 35%. And in this one we have the image also. So write the same class name, then img. So in this image we will add the width. It will be 100%. Then border radius for the image, it will be 15 pixel. So the corner of the image will be round. So you can see the perfect size for this user's image, and the corners of this image is round. Now we have to fix the width of the right column. So again write this class name and change the class name. It is column 2. So for the second column, flex basis will be 60%. So you can see in the first column we have added the width of 35%, and in the second one width of 60%. So we will get the 5% space between both the column. You can see the second column is starting from here, and we have some space between the first and second column. Now we have to change the font size and color for this text. So let's come back, and here in this h1 we will add a class name. So we will add a class name subtitle, and copy this class name subtitle, write it here. For this subtitle we will add the font size. It will be 60 pixel, then font weight 600, and color will be white. So you can see increased font size for this text. After that we have to add some description in the second column. So let's come back to the HTML file, and here after this h1 we will add text in p tag. We have added this text using p tag. You can see this text on the web page. Next we have to add 3 tabs, and in each tabs we will add different content. Here we will add 3 tabs. In the first one we will display the skills, and in the second one we will display the experience, which is work experience, and in the third one we will display the information about the education. So to create the tabs, let's come back to the HTML file, and after closing of this p tag, here we will add one div with the class name tab titles. And in this tab titles there will be 3 title. So let's add one p tag, and in this p tag we will add the title skills like this. And with this p we will add a class name. So let's add the class name of tab links like this, and let's duplicate it. Here we will add another title, which is experience, and in the third one education. You can see it is like this: skills, experience, and education. Now we have to align it, so let's come back and copy this class name tab titles, write it here in this CSS file. For this tab titles we will add display. Display will be flex, then margin, it will be 20 pixel from top, 0 from left and right, and 40 pixel from the bottom. And in this one we have the class name called tab links for the individual tab titles. So write this class name tab links. Here we need some space from the right side, margin right, it will be 50 pixel. Then we will add font size, it will be 18 pixel. Then increase the font weight, cursor will be pointer, and we will add the position relative. So you can see it is horizontally aligned. We have the bold font weight, and we have some space between each tab links or tab title. Next we have to add one underline in the first one, and it will be visible in other also whenever we will click on any one. So for that, let's come back, and here we will add this tab links double colon after. Here also we will add content empty, width it will be 0, and height 3 pixel as we have added in the navigation menu. Then background, this color code, position will be absolute, left will be 0, and bottom minus 8 pixel. Then transition 0.5 seconds. So right now it is 0, so it will be hidden, and now we have to add the width 100%. So this will be 100% on the first one. So in this first link we will add one more class name. So let's add one space after this tab links, just add one space, and here we will add a class name active link. We have added this class name active link. Let's copy this one, come back to the CSS file. Here we will add dot tab links dot active link. There will be no space between these text, and here we will add double colon after, and just add width 50%. So it will be visible in which one we have the class name called active link. So you can see it is in the first one, because in the first title we have added the active links class name, and it is hidden in the second one and third one. Now we have designed this tab title. Next we will display the tab contents. So let's come back to the HTML file. After closing off this div, which is for the tab titles, here we will add another div with the class name tab contents. In this one we have to add the list. So here let's add ul li, and in this li we will add one title in a span tag. It will be UI UX, and after this span we will add br to add a line break like this br, and after that we will add another text. Designing web app interfaces. So this is the first skill. Let's duplicate it, and here we will change the title. So here we have added 3 different lists. Let's come back to the website. You can see this list here under this skill. To design this one, let's come back to the HTML file, copy this class name tab contents, write it here, and here we will add ul and li. List style, it will be none. Then we will add the margin, it will be 10 pixel from top and bottom, and left right 0. In this li we have added the span tag. So for that span we have to add the color. So write a span and we will add the color. Then we will decrease the font size also. Font size will be 14 pixel. So this looks good. Let me change this color. Here we will add another color code. Now it is looking good. Next we have to add the content for the experience and education. So let's come back in this HTML file and duplicate this tab contents. Here it is, just duplicate this one and replace these contents. Now I have replaced these text in the experience and education. So let's refresh the website, and here you can see this is for the skills, this is for the experience, and this is for the education. But right now all these contents are displaying at a time, so we have to hide the experience and education. It will be visible whenever we will click on this one. So let's come back and come to this CSS file. Here we will add this class name tab contents. Then we will add display none. So it will hide all the tab contents. You can see all the contents are hidden. So we have to display the first one, which is for the skills. So let's come back, and in this HTML file, in this first one, which is tab contents for the skills, here we will add one more class name. So after tab contents class name, let's add one space, and here we will add active tab like this. Now just copy this one, come back to the CSS file. Here we will add dot tab contents dot active tab. There will be no space. Here we have to add display. Let's add the display block so it will be visible. Now you can see the first one is visible here, and the other experience and education is hidden. Next we have to add the click feature. Whenever we will click on experience, it should display the experience, and when we click on the education, it should display the education. So for that, let's come back and come back to the HTML file. Here in this tab links, we will add one on click events. So in the first one, here we will add on click equal to, right, a function called open tab, and within this we will add one name, so it will be in single quote skills. Just copy it and add it in the another one, add it here and here. Here we will change, it will be for the experience, and this one for education. So after adding this, in this content also we will add one ID. So in the first one, let's add one ID called skills. It should be same. Here we have added skills. Here also we are adding skills. It should be in the same upper and lower case. Now copy this one experience, add it here in the second one, ID experience, and copy this education, add it here in this third content, ID education, like this. After adding this, let's come back to the bottom. Just above this closing body tag, we will add a script tag, a script open and closing tag. In this one we can add the JavaScript. So here we will add one variable where write tab links equal to document dot get elements by class name, and in this class name we will add tab links. Because we have added the class name here, tab links. Now we have the class name called tab contents. So here also we will add another line, duplicate this one and write tab contents, like this one. And in this one we will add tab contents, like this. Now let's come to the tab, and here you can see we have added on click and this function open tabs. So let's define this function open tab. Come back here, write function open tab. In this open tab it will receive one argument. So here we will add any name. Let's add tab name, like this. So whenever we will click on any tab link, suppose if I click on skills, it should hide this one and it should also hide this underline. For that, let's come back and write this for loop for tab links, write tab link only, tab link of tab links, then tab link dot class list dot remove. What it will remove? It will remove the active class name. You can see we have added the active link in the first one. So let's copy this one, paste it here. It will remove this class name for all the tab links. Now again duplicate this one. Here we will add this tab contents. Tab contents, remove S, tab content only, and here also tab content. And this one, another class name, active tab, like this. So after adding this, let's come back to the website, and you can see if I click on this skills, it is removing the description, which is the content, and it is also removing this underline. Let me refresh the website, and if I click on another one, it is doing the same thing. Let's click on the third one. It is hiding all the content and underline. Next, we have to display the title of education. If I click on education and if I click on experience, it should display the experience content. So let's come back here. We will add event dot current target dot class list dot add, and it will add this one, active link. So it will add the active link and it will display the color. So let's check this one. If I click here, you can see the active color here. If I click here, it is displaying the active color here. So this color is working. Next, we have to display the content. So let's come back here. We will add document dot get element by ID, and in this ID we will add this tab name. So if we will click on this education, it will send this education here in this tab name, and it will search by document dot get element by education dot class list dot add. And what it will add that active tab. That's it. Now again refresh the website. You can see if I click on experience, it is displaying the experience here, and if I click on education, it is displaying the education content here. Now we have completed the about section of our personal portfolio website. Next, we will design the services section. So let's come back to the HTML file. This about div is closing here. So after this div, let's add one comment, services. Then we will create a div with the ID services. In this one, again we will add one div with the class name container, and here we need one title. So let's come back here in this about section. Here I have added one title with the class name subtitle. So let's copy this one and add it here in this services, and we will change the text here. So it will be my services. After this title, we will add list of services in 3 columns. So here we will add a div with the class name services list. And in this one, we will add multiple services. So first we will add some CSS for the class name and ID that we have created right now. So let's come back to the web page right now, and here you can see this text at the bottom. So now we will come back, and here we have this services ID. So let's copy this one and come back to the CSS file. First we will add one comment here, and let's add this ID with the hashtag services. So for this one, we will add some padding. It will be 30 pixel and 0. 30 pixel from top and bottom, and left right 0. After that, we have added this services list. So let's copy this one and write it here in the CSS file with a dot, because it is a class name. So here we will add display grid and grid template columns. It will be repeat, auto fit, comma, min max, 250 pixel, comma 1 fraction fr. Then we will add the grid gap. I have dedicated video about grid. You can find that link in the description. Grid gap will be 40 pixel and some space from the top. So let's add margin top 50 pixel. So we have added grid layout in this one. Now we will add any div inside this services list that will be displaying as a grid. So here we will add one div. There is no class name or ID. Simply we are adding div open and closing tag. And in this one, we will add the services title and description. So let's add one service title. Then we will add one description in p tag. So this is the description for the first service. And after that, there will be one link for learn more. So let's add one a tag and the link text will be learn more. Let's duplicate this one. And here we will change the title. Now change the title in the third one. After that, let's refresh the web page. And here you can see these services in 3 columns. Next, we have to add one icon also. To add any icon, we will come to the website called fontawesome.com. On this website, you have to create an account. It will be for free. Then go to Kits and click here. Then you will get this type of script. It will be for one-line script that you have to add in your HTML file. Let me come back to the HTML file and add it just before this closing head tag. So I have added this FontAwesome kit script here. You just add your own script. So let's come back and again come to this website and click on icons. Here in this search box, you can search for any icon that you want to use on your website. So let me search for code. Let's click here. Click on this code. It will be copied. So let's come back and add it here where you want to display the icon. So we will display this icon in this first service just above this title. So here let's add a space and add this one line of HTML code. So we have added one icon. Let's come back and we will search for another icon. So here we will search for another icon called crop. Let me use this one. Click here and paste it here. Now we will search for another icon. Here we will search for app. Let's click this one. Copy this one and paste it here in this third service. After adding all the 3 icons, let's come back to the website again. Here you can see these icons just above the service title. Next, we have to add some CSS to design this layout. So we will come back to the HTML file and you can see we have added services list and in this one we have the div. So come back to the CSS file, again write this class name services list and div. So for all the individual services we will add the background. Write this color code. Then we will add some space inside this box. So we will add padding of 40 pixel. Then let's change the font size and font weight. Now we will add the border radius so that the corners will be round. You can see we have this gray color of box for all the services. Next we have to change the size for this icon. So let's come back, and here you can see we have these icons with the tag I. So let's come back to the CSS file. Here we will add the same thing, services list div, and then write I for the icon. In this one we have to increase the font size. It will be 50 pixel. Then some space at the bottom. So you can see the increased size for the icon. Next we will add the CSS for the title. We will increase the font size for this title, and we will also decorate these links, which is learn more. So let's come back. Again copy this one, then write h2 because we have added the services title in h2 tag. So font size will be 30 pixel. Then font weight, it will be 500, and margin at the bottom. After that we will decorate the link. So again write this, then write A, and for this link we will add text decoration none. Color will be white color. Then font size, it will be 12 pixel, very small, and margin from the top. Display will be inline block. After adding this, again refresh the website. You can see we have some space around this title, and the font size for this title is looking good, and this learn more text is also looking good. Let's come back, come to the HTML file. We will make it capital L so it will look good. So after adding this, we will add the hover effect on these services list. So let's come back and come to the CSS file. Here just copy this one and paste it here, then write :hover. So whenever we will take cursor over any services, it should change the background color. So we will add background and another color code. After that we have to move this services a little bit up. So let's add transform translate y minus 10 pixel. So it will move the box by 10 pixel. So in this one we have to add some transition. So here we will add transition background. It will be 0.5 seconds, comma, transform 0.5 seconds. After adding this, again refresh the website, and here you can see if I take cursor, it is moving up, and the color of the background is also changing. This border radius is not working. Let's see. Here we have added border right. It will be border radius 10 pixel. Now you can see the corners are round. So we have added 3 services. After adding these services, we will add another section called portfolio or my work. So let's come back to the HTML file, and here after this div we will add one comment. Portfolio. Then we will add one div with the ID portfolio. In this one, again we will add one container, and again we will add one subtitle. So let's copy the subtitle from here and paste it here. Here we will change the text. It will be my work. Let's refresh the website. Here you can see this title called My Work. Next we need some space around this. So let me come back and copy this ID portfolio, write it here in this CSS file. First we will add one comment. Then write this ID with the hashtag, and here we will add some space. So we will add padding 50 pixel and 0, 50 pixel from top and bottom and 0 from left and right side. So you can see we have even more space around this text, which is my work. Now again we need grid layout where we will display the list of work. So let's come back and come to the HTML file. After the subtitle we will add one div with the class name work list. In this one we will add the first work. So here we will add another div with the class name work. So first we will add one image. Write the file path of the images. It is images/work1.png. Then duplicate this one and change the image. It is 2 and 3, work 3. Let's refresh the website. You can see 3 images here. So we have to arrange these images as a grid. So again come back and copy this class name work list, write it here in this CSS file. And here also we will add the same CSS that we have added in the services. So let's see here, we have added display, grid, grid template column and grid gap. So just copy this 3 line and we will copy this margin also, margin top. So paste it here in this work list. After adding this, here we have the single work with the class name work. So write this class name here, work, and in this one we will add the border radius 10 pixel, position relative, and overflow hidden. Again write this class name, then write img. In this one we have added the image. So we will add width 100%, border radius 10 pixel, display it will be block. That's it. Now you can see these images in grid layout. Next we have to add some information over this image, like there will be one title, text and one link. For that we will come back to the HTML file, and after this image we will add one div. So let's add space here, and here we will add one div with the class name layer. And in this one we will add one title. So let's add the title in H3. Then we will add one description in p tag. So this is the description, and then we will add one link. So we will add a tag, and in this link there will be no text. We will just add one icon. So again come back to the Font Awesome website, and in this search box we will search for link. I will use this icon, external link alt. Click here and click on this code and add it here in this HTML file within this a tag. So we have added this one. Let's come back to the website again. You can see this text, description and this link icon just below this image. Similarly, we will add these things in all the work. So let's come back and copy this div, which is layer, and add it here in this second one, and in the third one we will change the text You can see this title and description and link in all three work. Next we have to change its position, and we will also add the background color. This text will be displayed over this image, so we have to add the position absolute. So let's come back, and here we have added the class name layer. So copy this, write it here in this CSS file. So for this layer we will add width. Width will be 100%. Then we will add height. Height also 100%. Next we have to add the background. So in this background we will add gradient color. So let's add linear gradient. First color code, it will be RGBA 0.5. It will be black color with 60% opacity. Then we will add this color code. After that we will add the border radius. It will be same 10 pixel. After adding this, let's see this on web page. So it is at this position, so we have to change its position. So let's come back. Here we will add position absolute. Then we will add left. It will be 0, and bottom 0. Now overflow hidden. You can see it is just over the image. We have to move these text in the center. So let's come back, and here we will add display flex, align items center, justify content center, and flex direction, it will be column. Then we will add some padding 0 and 40 pixels. So we will add some space in left and right side. Then we will add text align center. After adding this, again come back to the website. You can see these text in the center. Next we have to change the font size, and we will also decorate this icon. So let's come back, and here we will add dot layer h3 because we have added the title in h3 tag. Let's add the font weight. It will be 500 and some space. Margin bottom 20 pixel. Now we have to decrease the size for this text, which is description text here. So let's come back, and in this one, which is for the layer, here we will add the font size. Font size will be 14 pixel. So you can see decreased size for this text. Next we will design this icon, which is the link icon. So again come back, copy this layer, and in this layer we have the A tag. So in this A tag we will add the space, margin top 20 pixel. Then we will change the color, this color code. After that we will add text decoration none. Then font size 18 pixel and line height 60 pixel. Then background will be white color. Now we have to define the width and height. So width will be 60 pixel and height also. Then we will add border radius. Border radius will be 50% so that it will be a circle, and text align center. After adding this external link icon looks good. So right now these contents are displaying by default, so we have to hide this one, and it will be visible whenever we will take cursor over anyone. So to hide this one, let's come back. Here we have added height 100%, so we will make it 0, and let's see, it is hidden. and whenever we will increase the height, so it will again become visible. Before that, we have to add one more hover effect. If I take cursor over it, this image should zoom in. So let's come back, and here we will add this work. Paste it here, work, hover. And whenever we will take cursor on this one, it should increase the size for the image. So we will add img and write transform scale 1.1 like this. And let's come to the top over here. In this work img, we will add transition transform 0.5 seconds. After adding this, you can see if I take cursor, this image gets zoom in. So this is the first effect on this work image. Next, we have to display the content that we have added over this image, which is hidden right now. So let's come back. You can see we have added height 0 for this layer. So again, we will add this one, then write dot layer and write height 100%. So it will increase the height. Let's come back to the layer, which is here. So here we will add transition height 0.5 seconds. You can see when I take cursor, this text is coming from the bottom. After adding this, we will add one button. So let's come back, come to the HTML file. You can see this div work list is closing here. So here we will add a space and add one link with the a tag. And in this one, we will add the link text C mode. We will add one class name. So write the class name called btn. You can see this link here at the bottom, C mode. So we have to move its position and we will decorate it as a button. So let's come back and copy this class name btn, write it here in this CSS file, right, dot btn. In this one, we will add display. Display will be block. Then margin, we will add margin 50 pixel from top and bottom, left, right, auto. So it will be in the center. Then write width. Width will be fit content. Then border. Border will be 1 pixel, solid, and this color. After that, we will add some padding. That will be some space inside the button. Border radius will be 6 pixel. You can see it looks like a button. We have to change its color also, and we will remove this underline. So here we will add text decoration none and color white. So it is looking good. Next, we will add one hover effect on this button. So let's come back and copy this button, then write colon hover. Let's add the background. Background will be this color code. Whenever we will take cursor, the background will be changing. And here in this one, we will add transition for the background. Let's add transition background 0.5 seconds. You can see if I take cursor over this button, the background is changing. So finally, we have completed this portfolio or my work section also. Next, we will create the contact section where we will add the contact information like phone number, email ID, and we will also add one contact form. For that, let's come back to the HTML file, and here we will add one comment, contact, and let's create one div with the ID contact. So here we have one div with the ID contact. In this one, again, we need one container. And within this container, we will add contents in 2 columns. In the first one, we will add the contact information like phone number, email ID and social media links. And in the right column, we will add the contact form. So here we have to create 2 columns. So first we will create one div with the class name row. Now in this row, let's create one div with the class name contact left. It will be for the left column. Just duplicate this one. Here we will add contact right. So it is for the right column. Now in the first one, we will add one subtitle. So let's add one h1 tag. In this one, we will add the text contact me and the class name that we have already used, subtitle. And after that, we have to add the email ID in p tag. Then we will add the phone number. And next we will add the social media icons. So let's add the div with the class name social icons. And in this one, we will add some icons. So here let's add one a tag. And in this href, we will add the URL of the social media profile. So let's come back to the Font Awesome website. Here we will search for the icon Facebook. Let's click on this one, copy this and paste it here where you want to display the icon. Let me duplicate it. You can go on the Font Awesome website and search for another icon code. I already know. So here I will write After adding this, let's come back to the website again. Here you can see contact me, this email ID, phone number and social media links. Suppose you want to add the profile link here. So let's come back and in this href, here we will add the social media profile link like this one. Write the complete profile URL here. And now we have to add some content in the right column, which is here. And in this one, we will create one form. So here we will add form tag. And in this form, there will be some input field for the name, email ID and message. So first we will add one input field for the name. Input type will be text. Name will be name. Then placeholder, it will be your name. And this field will be required. Next we will add another input field which is for the email. Name will be email. Placeholder, your email, and it is also required. Then we will add the text area. In this text area, we will add the name called message. Remove this ID and columns row. It will be 6. And then placeholder. In this placeholder, we will add your message. After this text area, there will be one submit button. So we will add button, type will be submit, and button text will be submit. Let's check this web page again. Here you can see the contact information in the left side and this form input fields in the right side. Next we have to define the width for left and right columns. So let's come back, and here we have to add the CSS for this contact left. Copy this one, come to the CSS file. First we will add comment here, contact. Then write this class name contact left for the left column. Now for this left column we will add the width. So first we will add the flex basis. It will be 35% for the left side. Now just duplicate it and change the class name. It will be right. For the right one, width is 60%, so flex basis 60%. Now this form is starting from here. So first we will design the text and icons which is in the left side. So let's come back and copy this class name, contact left, then write P. In this P we will add margin from top. It will be 30 pixel. We have some space here. Now for this email ID and phone number also we will add one icon. So come back here, and here we will search for one icon. Let me search send. Let's click here and copy this one. Add it here in this P tag. This icon and email ID. Again come back, and here we will search for phone icon. So let me search phone. Then I will use this one. Click and paste it here in front of the phone number. Again refresh the website. So here you can see we have the icon in front of email ID and phone number. So we have to design these icons. So let me come back, and in the CSS file we will add contact left P, and in this P we have added the icon with the I tag. So for this I we will add the color. Then we will add the margin from the right side and font size. So this icon is looking good. Next we will design the social icons. So here you can see the class name social icons. Copy this one, write it here in this CSS file. Here we will add margin from the top. It will be 30 pixel. Again add this class name, then write a tag, and here we will add text decoration, none, font size 30 pixel, then margin from the right side, it will be 15 pixel, then color will be this one, and after that display will be inline block. So this social media icons are looking good. Next we will add the hover effect on these icons. So let's come back and copy this one, paste it here. So whenever we will take cursor, it should change its color. So first we will add colon hover, then write color. This is the color code. After that we have to move this icon little bit up. So we will add transform translate y minus 5 pixel. So it will move the icon up by 5 pixel. And in this social icon A, we will add transition transform 0.5 seconds. You can see if I take cursor, it is moving up and the color is changing. After the social media icon, I will add one download button where you can attach any downloadable file like your CV in PDF file or any other file. So let's come back, and in this HTML file, after closing of this, which is for the social icon, here we will add one A tag, then write the link text download CV. So you can see this link here. Next we have to decorate it. So let's come back, and here we will add one class name btn. So you can see some changes here. Now we have to move this button in the left side. So let's come back and we will add one more class name btn2 like this. Next, copy this class name btn2, come back to the CSS file. Here we will add btn. It will be .btn.btn2. There is no space. So here we will add display inline block and background this color code. So you can see the colored background for this button, and you can see this button in the left side. But right now if I click on this button, nothing will happen. So next we have to attach one downloadable file in this button. For that you need any file that you want to attach. In this folder you can see I have added one file called mycv.pdf. So we have to attach this file with the download button. It is in the images folder. So let's come back, and in this HTML file, in this href, we will add the file path images/mycv.pdf. Then we have to add download. That's it. So whenever we will click on this button, it will start downloading this attached file in the browser. So let's come back to the website, and you can see if I click here on this button download CV, it will start downloading one file which is mycv.pdf. It has been downloaded. So this is how you can attach any downloadable file in this button. So after adding this button, we will design this contact form which is in the right side. So let me come back, and you can see we have added the form tag here, and in this form we have added 3 input fields and one submit button. And in this button we will add one class name called btn and one more class name btn2 like this. After adding this class name, you can see the submit button is also looking good. Next we will come back and come to the CSS file. Here we will add this second column class name which is for the contact right. Copy this one, then write form. So for this form we will add the width. Width will be 100%. Now we will add form input. Because we have added input tag, let's add comma and write form text area. Text area. So for this input and text area we will add the CSS. So first we will add the width. Width will be 100%. Then border will be 0. Then outline none. Then background, here we will add one color code. Let's add some space inside this input field. So we will add padding of 15 pixel. Then some margin will be 15 pixel from top and bottom. Then we will add color. It will be the text color that will be written inside the input field. Then we will add the font size. It will be 18 pixel. And border radius will be 6 pixel. After adding this for the input fields, you can see this input field looks good. We can write anything. We can type any message in these input fields. Your name, your email, and your message. Now we will change the size for this button, and we will reduce this space which is between the input box and the submit button, and we will add cursor pointer. So let's come back, and here we will add form btn2. So for the btn2 we will add another padding. It will be 14 pixel and 60 pixel. So the width will be large, and then we will add the font size. It will be 18 pixel. Then margin from the top, it will be 20 pixel, and then we will add cursor pointer. Here we will add .btn, form.btn2. Now you can see this submit button is also looking good. If I click here, it is saying please fill out this form because it is required. After completing this website, I will teach you how to connect this form with the Google Sheet, where you can receive the contact form inquiries on your Google Sheet. So for now we will create the bottom section which is for the copyright section. So let's come back and come to the HTML file. Just above this closing div, it is here. So here we will add another div with the class name copyright. In this one we will add the text in p tag. So this is the text. In this one we will add one heart icon also. So come back to the Font Awesome website. Here we will search for heart. Click here, copy this one, then paste it here. After adding this, again refresh the website. Here you can see this message at the bottom. Next we have to change its position. It will be in the center, and we will add the background color also. So let's come back and copy this class name copyright and write it here in this CSS file. .copyright. In this one we will add the width. Width will be 100%. Then text align will be center. Some padding and background. Font weight will be 300, and some space from the top, margin top will be 20 pixel. You can see this bottom copyright area is looking good. Next we have to change the color of this heart icon. So let's come back and copy this one copyright. Then write I tag for the icon. Here we will add the color. That's it. You can see color in this heart icon. So we have added all the contents on this website, and you can see these hover effect is working fine. Next we have to check this website on a smaller screen, and let's see how it looks. If I change the screen size, you can see the header part is not looking good. Then this image is very small. These texts are large here. So we have to fix this one. So to make this website responsive, we will use the CSS media queries. For that, let's come back, and here in the CSS file, here let's add one comment. I will add CSS for small screen. Here we will add @media only screen and max width 600 pixel. Now we will add the CSS properties within this one. So whatever CSS properties we will add here, that will be applicable for the small screens. The screen width will be minimum 0 or maximum 600 pixel. So let's come to the website, and here you can see we have the image in the background which is not in the perfect position, so we have to replace this image with the another one. So let's come back to the CSS file. Here you can see we have added the image in this dot header and background image, so we have to replace this one. So let's copy dot header and write it here in this media query, dot header background image URL, and in this URL we will add the another image file path. So in this folder you can see I have another image which is phone background.png, so we will use this image, phone background.png. Copy this one, add it here, images / phone background.png. After adding this, let's come back to the web page. This image is still same, so let's come back. Yes, here we have to correct this one, width, width, max width 600 pixel. After that you can see this image has been changed. Now it is in good position. Next we will decrease the font size for this text, which is UI UX designer and this main title. So let's come back and you can see we have added the titles in this one, which is header text and header text H1. So we have to replace these font size. Let's come back to the bottom where we have added media query, and in this one we will add dot header text. Here we will add margin top 100% and font size. Let's add small font size which is 16 pixel. Again write header text and H1 for the main title. Here we will decrease the font size. It will be only 30 pixel. So you can see this text over here. It will move up whenever we will fix this navigation bar. In this navigation bar you can see this menu is visible by default, so we have to hide this one and it will be visible whenever we will click on any menu icon. So first we have to add one menu icon here. So let's come back, come to the HTML file, come to the top where we have added the menu links. It is here. So here we have to add icons. So let's come back to the website, which is Font Awesome, and here we will search for menu icon. So let's add menu, click here, copy this one. So it is for the menu icon. Come back to the HTML file and we will add it here just after this closing UL tag. Paste it here. Next we will add one close icon. So here again search for another icon. I will add times. Click here and click to copy this one. Then add it here just above this closing UL tag. Add a space and add it here. So we have added one cross icon and one menu icon. Let's see on this web page, you can see this menu icon and this cross icon. Let me open this web page in full screen. Here also you can see this cross icon and this menu icon. So we have to hide these icons by default and it will be visible whenever we will open this web page in a small screen. To hide this one, let's come back and here you can see we have these icons with the class name FAS. So let's come back to the CSS file. Just outside of this media query, we will add a space and here we will add nav.fas for the icon, display none. So it will be hidden. You can see these icons are hidden, and if I open this web page in a smaller screen, still it is hidden. So we have to display these icons on a smaller screen. So let's come back and in this media query, again we will add the same thing. nav.fs in this media query, and we will add display block. So it will be visible, and we have to change the font size also. So we will add font size of 25 pixel. It is fine. So you can see this cross icon and this menu icon. Next, we have to hide this menu list. So let's come back. You can see we have these menu with this ul and li tag. So come back to the CSS. In this media query, we will add nav ul background. Let's add this color code in the background. Then position will be fixed, top 0 and right 0. Then we will add the width will be 200 pixel and height 100 VH. Padding from top, it will be 50 pixels, so there will be some space on top. Now you can see this side navigation menu on this web page, and here we have these menu list. So we have to arrange this one. So let's come back. Again, we will add this one, nav ul. Then write li. So for this li, we will add display. It will be block. And then we will add margin. Margin will be 25 pixel. So these menu links are arranged vertically. Next, we have to set position for this cross icon. So let's come back. Here we will add nav ul. And in this ul, we have the icon with the FAS class name. So here we will add position. Position will be absolute. Then we will add top. It will be at 25 pixel and left 25 pixel. Then cursor, it will be pointer. After adding this, you can see this icon here. Now we have to add the click feature on this icon. Whenever we will click here, this side menu will be hidden, and when we will click on the menu icon, this side menu will be displayed. Right now this menu is visible by default. If I refresh the website, you can see this side menu is visible. So by default we have to hide this side menu. For that, let's come back, and here we have added right 0. So instead of this right 0, we will add right minus 200 pixel. Why I am adding minus 200? Because the width is 200. So it will move on the right side by 200 pixel and it will become hidden. So you can see this side navigation bar is hidden, and we have the menu icon. If I click here, this menu icon is not working right now because we have to add the click functionality using JavaScript. So let me come back. Here in this UL, we will add one more thing, which is z-index 2. So let's come back to the HTML file, and in this icon, which is for the cross icon and menu icon, we will add two functions. So let's add on click equal to close menu. So it will close the menu, and in this icon we will add on click equal to open menu. So it will open the menu. In this UL, we have to add one ID. So we will add the ID called side menu, like this. After adding this ID, this on click close menu and on click open menu, let's come back at the bottom, and here we will add the JavaScript. So we have added one script here. We can add in the same script tag, but I will add it separately. I will add script, and in this one we will add variable for the side menu. Here we will add side menu equal to document dot get element by ID, and write the ID that we have just added, which is here, side menu. Copy this one and add it here. After that, we have to add the functions that we have added in the icons. So here we will add function open menu, define this function. So whenever we will click on this menu icon, that will call this function called open menu, and when this open menu will be called, here we will add this side menu dot style dot right equal to 0. So whenever the right will be 0, it will be visible. Let's duplicate it. It will be close menu, and when we will run this function close menu, it will become -200 pixel. That's it. After adding this, again refresh the website, and here you can see if I click on this menu icon, this side menu is visible, and if I click on this cross icon, it is hidden. So this side menu is coming and moving instantly, so we need some time delay. So let's come back in this CSS file, and here we have added navul. So in this one we will add transition right 0.5 seconds. That's it. If I click here, you can see it is smoothly coming from the right side, and if I click on this cross icon, again it will go on the right side and it will become hidden. So this one is working fine. And other things, which is this title is looking good. Now let's scroll this and come to the next section, which is for the about. In this about, the size for this image is small, and this text is going to the right side, so we have to decrease the space between these text, and we will decrease the font size also. So first we will decrease the size for this text, which is about me. So let's come back, come to this media query. In this media query, here we will add the class name that we have added for the subtitle. So write subtitle and decrease the font size. Font size will be 40 pixel. So the size has been reduced. Next we will increase the size for this image. For that, here we will add the class name for the left and right column, which is for the about col 1 and comma about call 2. For this one we will add flex basis. It will be 100%. Now you can see the increased size for this image. Next we need some space between this image and this text. So let's come back and again write this class name, then write margin from the bottom. So we have some space just below this image. Next we have to decrease the font size for this text, which is here. So let's come back and write this second class name for the second column, about call 2, and here in this one we will add the font size 14 pixel. So the font size has been reduced. Next we will decrease the space between this skills, experience and education, and we will also decrease the font size. So let's come back and here you can see we have added the link title, which is tab titles and tab links. So let's copy this one, tab links. For this one, here we will add the CSS in the media query. Let's add the font size. It will be 16 pixel and margin from the right side 20 pixel. So it is looking good. If I click on experience, it is working. If I click on education, it is working. So this about section is also good for the small screen, and this header section also. Let me scroll down, and this my services section is looking good. And this work section is also fine here. And now in this contact section, we need to increase the width, contact left column and contact right column. So let's come back to the CSS file, and in this media query we will add dot contact left and the second class name comma dot contact right. For this left and right column, we will add flex basis 100%. So you can see this form is looking good and this button is also good here. And next we will add the CSS for this copyright text and we will reduce the font size for this one. So let's come back and write the class name dot copyright. Font size, it will be 14 pixel. So this copyright text is also fine for small screen. So let's scroll this website up and you can see all the sections on this website is looking good for a smaller screen device. And now let me open this website in full screen. Here also it is fine. Next we have to add the click features in these menu links. If I click on about, it should scroll the web page to the about section. If I click on services, it should display the services section. If I click on portfolio, it will open the portfolio section. And if I click on contact, it should scroll the web page to the contact section. So let's come back and in this HTML file, just come here where we have added the navigation links here. So in this one, we will add the ID of this section. So here in this header, you can see we have added the ID header. Now in the second one, we have added the ID about. In the third one, we have added the ID services like that. So here we have to add these ID. So first we will add header, hashtag header in this href. Then we will add hashtag about, then services, then portfolio, then contact. After adding this, come back to the CSS file and just come to the top. Here we will add HTML, and in this HTML we will add the scroll behavior. Scroll behavior will be smooth. That's it. After adding this, again refresh the website and let's click on the about. It will scroll the website to the about section very smoothly. Let's come to the top and click on contact. It is scrolling the website to the contact section. Let's come to the top, click on portfolio. It is scrolling the website to the portfolio section or my work. Let's come here, click on services. It is scrolling the website to the services section. So this is working fine. So now we have designed this website. Next we have to make this contact form working whenever people will enter any data in this contact form and click on this submit button. You will receive the information on your Google Sheet. To make this contact form working, just open your Google Sheet and here you have to create a new sheet. Click here and write any title for this sheet. I will write contact form, and in this field we have to add the name that we have added in the input field of the form. So let's come back to the code file. In this HTML file, come to the form, and in this form you can see we have added the name. Copy this one and add it here. Name. Now in this second column we will add this one, which is email. Right, capital E. It should be same, like if you are using the small case, then it will be small case here. Email. Then we have the message. Like this. So we have added this one. Next we have to click on this extensions. Then click on a script. For this script, we will add one title. It will be same as contact form. And remove this function which is written in this a script file, and here we will add one script. For that, let me come back to GitHub link. You can find this GitHub link in the description. You can see the name of the creator for this code. Let's scroll down here, and here you will find this script. So just copy this one, click here to copy, and come back to the form script, which is app script. Here paste this one and click on this save icon, which is here, and after save, click on run. And it is asking to review the permission. Click here and confirm your account. Click on advance and click on go to contact form unsafe. Click on allow. Now you can see this message, execution started and execution completed. That's it. After that, you can see this button here, deploy. Click here, click on new deployment. Click on this setting icon, click on web app, and here you have to add any description. I'll add contact form. It will be your email ID. There is no need to change anything. And in this third one, select anyone. It is important. Select anyone, then click on deploy. After clicking on this deploy, you will get an URL. You can see we got an web app URL that we'll be using on our HTML file. So now again come back to the GitHub link and scroll down, and here you will find this script. Just copy this script from this web page and add it in your HTML file. Let's come back, and in this HTML file, just at the bottom above this closing body tag, I will add this script like this, and here you can see the script URL. Here only you have to add the URL that we got from the app script. Just copy this URL and paste it here like this. After adding this, here you can see submit to Google Sheet. Just copy this and come back to the form where it is here. In this form, we will add name, this one, submit to Google. It will be same here. Submit to Google, form name is submit to Google, and here also it is same. After that, if we will submit this form, we will receive the information. Let's see. Come back to the website and let's write anything here. I will add Avinash 1, then write one email ID here, test1@gmail.com, and write the test1. This is the message. This is the name, email ID, and message. Click on submit, and you can see this page is as it is. There is no change. But if I go to the Google Sheet, you can see we got the information here. Avinash 1, test1, and test1. We got the name, email ID, and message. So this is how you can receive the information on your Google Sheet whenever people will enter any data in the contact form. Next, we have to make this form reset after submitting the form, and we will get the confirmation message here that the message has been sent successfully, like that. For that, let's come back, and here we have the form. So after this form, we will display one message. So let's add one span tag here, and in this span we will add one ID and write the ID MSG, and in this MSG let's add anything, hello. And let's come to the website and see where it is displaying. It is displaying here hello, like this. So next we have to design this one. So we will change the color and some space we will add. So let's come back and come to the CSS file. At the bottom we will add, after closing of this bracket, we will add hashtag span because it's an ID. For this span we will change the color. It will be this color code. Then remove a space from the top, so margin top minus 10 pixel, and after that display it will be block. There is no changes here, so let's see. Here we will add MSG. This is the ID, right? Hashtag MSG. Now you can see the color has been changed. We will move it up. So again come back and here we will add minus 20 pixel. It is here. If I write minus 40 pixel, yeah, this position is good. So next we have to replace this message and it will be only displayed whenever we will click on the submit button. So let's come back and here hide this one. So just remove this hello and come to the bottom. In this one we have added this const, this const. So let's add one more. Here we will add const msg equal to document dot get element by id, and in this id we will add msg like this. Now in this, then we have the success. So we have to remove this one and instead of this we will add our own message. So after this one, remove these things and here we will add curly braces. Then write msg dot inner html equal to here we will add this message sent successfully. So whenever we will click on the submit button, it will send the data and then it will display this message. But this message will be displayed continuously. So we have to hide this one after a few seconds. So here we will add set timeout. Then write function. And in this one, write msg dot inner html equal to this quote. It will be blank. And here add comma 5000. So it is 5000 milliseconds. So after 5 seconds, the message will be removed and then we will add form dot reset. So it will reset the input field in the form. That's it. After adding this, again refresh the website and let's add any other data in this form. Here we will add the name, email ID, then message. This is second test message. Let's click on the submit button and here you can see this message sent successfully and it will be removed after 5 seconds. Done, and you can see the form has been reset. Let's check our Google Sheet. Here you can see we got the another inquiry, name, email ID that we have entered in the form, and this message, this is the second test message. So this is how this contact form is working. So finally we have completed this single page personal portfolio website, or you can say resume website. I hope this video will be helpful for you. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comment section. Please like and share this video. Also subscribe my channel.